Hello, everybody, and it is a beautiful Friday afternoon here in sunny St. Louis, Missouri, and this is another fun episode of Kitchen Talk. I am co-host number one, or number two, I don't know. Bobby
How about
Shanks.
you be number two?
Well, don't I have to be smaller than you to be? Aren't you supposed to be the
I'm
cute
Donna
little?
Mitchell with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage.
Aren't you supposed to be like I'm Spike and you're like the little dog that runs around?
Really? I was waiting for the Fantasy Island.
Zeppelin!
Right?
Zeppelin!
Oh my God.
You want to know something? I
What?
saw one of those Jeeps.
Yeah.
It's called the Island Edition.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day in a parking lot. I took some pictures of it. It's pretty.
I was with you, wasn't I? Wasn't it when you dropped me off to get my Jeep?
Yes. And
Yeah.
it's just not something you see in the Midwest. Anyways,
Yeah. No, it was super fun. I saw it too.
that is totally off script.
Woo, that's just how we roll.
Okay, so on a sober moment, I want to take a moment to reflect on, to encourage people to think about, pray about, consider your political lines. This is not a political show, never will be. But we have had yet another school shooting in America.
Yeah.
And the details don't matter because this isn't a news show. We are not reporters. We don't live in Texas. But at the end of the day, many young children lost their lives. And I don't care whether you are a Second Amendment person or not a Second Amendment person. One thing is for sure, a bunch of children lost their lives to a person who did own a firearm, not very long, and had no mental health history, as far as I know, and it's just super tragic. I should just move on to another topic.
Say a prayer.
Say a prayer.
Keep all the families and everyone involved in your prayers and in your thoughts, and support them as the loving community that we are.
Yeah. Blues game.
Yes.
Tonight.
I wore my famous blues.
What this is? Hold on. This is your. Here, I want to make
gosh.
sure everybody. What does this say exactly?
It says my cup size is Stanley, baby. Woo! Let's go.
That
Blues.
might be my favorite all-time shirt.
That's
that
a
you have
fun
won.
shirt. My daughter made me this shirt. It's a fun shirt.
Why didn't she make me one? I have.
You should have. Yeah, I'll have her.
I
Make,
have a nice
that'll
cup
be
size.
your birthday's coming up.
Oh, it is coming up. Yeah.
I'll have her make you one.
gosh.
So huge game tonight.
Talk about it.
Huge. Okay,
It's
first
huge.
of all, like crazy, amazing win the other night. Like,
Yeah.
right, we were down in the series. Like, we would have lost it all.
Mhm.
Huge comeback in the third period, tied, and then won it in overtime. It was just, it was.
That is so Blues.
It was such an amazing thing to watch happen. It was so cool. It was just.
It gives me goosebumps on my arm.
It was super awesome, but that brings us to 3-2 in the series, and it's the best of 7. We have to win tonight, and then we have to win again to keep moving
We have to win
forward.
2 more
So
times.
yeah. So we got
And
this. Everybody
We're not
cheer
out.
for the don't even say that.
Listen, I don't know what it is. It's got to be a Midwest thing because there's something about
Grit.
the Cardinals. There's something about the Chiefs,
We're a playoffs town, man. Yeah.
and there's something about the Blues that we have. It's almost like we have to have that little bit of extra pressure, right? We have to be slightly coming from behind
to get the whole.
so
Oh my
that
God,
we
we gotta
can
do
just
Yeah.
just kill them.
Hopefully.
And I think we'll do it. I think we're going to do it.
I think we will too.
So go Blues.
You know it.
So we kind of timed today's episode. Normally we go on Tuesday. Today's Friday.
Yeah.
It is the last day of school.
Dun dun dun.
It is Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
And it is the weekend that all the pools open. So I
Yeah.
want to know what everybody's doing. I am working.
That's no. Okay.
I am
so
a real
first-
estate agent. So yeah.
First of all, the weather's going to be
Oh,
amazing again.
yeah.
We've had a few days of gloomy, cloudy stuff, and now they're saying like back in the 80s and even up to
Oh,
90
hallelujah.
and super sunshine. So
Yeah.
perfect for the pools to open, which is always fun. School's out. Like it's crazy to me how much things have changed. Like I know I'm old, I get that, but oh my God, these kids are getting out of school and like there's all these crazy summer camps now. They're so specialized. Like I know somebody who's going to a Harry Potter summer camp.
Yeah.
They have the summer camps for math and science. And like when I was a kid, it was like sports, or you could go to the pool, right? Or there was like an arts and craftsy kind of thing.
Yep.
Now there's everything under the sun for summer camps.
Yeah.
You can go to magic camp. You can go to chemistry camp. It's so many options, man.
Yeah.
So many options.
Church camp was,
I remember teaching Vacation Bible School.
Oh my gosh.
I remember how.
Did they confuse you with being?
Be nice. Be nice. You've always said like little kids like me because I'm on their level.
True that.
And I know exactly what you mean when you say that.
So listen to this. Well, I went to church camp in northern Missouri over by Chillicothe. It was called Grand Oaks.
Okay.
And I went most every year. And I remember, actually, before I go on to that, we lived in cement block, basically army barracks with bunk beds, no air conditioning.
For summer camp?
Yeah.
That's no fun.
and it was like, it cost like $70 to send your kid for the entire week.
Yeah.
And now.
Yeah.
So I've been going to Oak Bridge in Arnold, and their summer camp is called Big Stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It's in Florida.
Right.
And it's a resort.
Yeah.
And there's a price tag that comes with it, but it's not it's like $500 or $600.
Yeah.
Like I can send my kid to a resort to learn about God or whatever the theme is.
It's like a religious
to a resort.
Retreat. Yeah.
For a week.
I know.
They didn't have anything like that when I was a kid.
Not so much.
So did you ever do any summer camps?
Okay, I did
other
one.
Than teach?
So I'm going to go way back, like totally old school.
How far back are we talking, Donna?
Okay, so shush it. No, this is fun. Okay, so Ferd Lane Park used to be called Valley High Park, and it used to have a swimming pool.
I did know about.
So where the skating rink and all that, it used to be a swimming pool up front, and then it was like all park, and then in the back were the open fields and stuff. I went to summer camp at Valley High, and you had swim lessons, and then you had you were outside for the whole thing. Yeah. So like it was hot, but we did like paper mache on the balloons. Like we did like old school summer camp stuff like that. Yeah.
They just don't. I actually kind of think it's sad that we don't really have the woodsy wilderness. I mean, I'm sure they're still out there, but now they have a Starbucks, you know. Kids
want air conditioning these days. When you're like, go out and play, they're like, oh wait, it's hot out there. What are you thinking? I would like when we were growing up, it's like they, be home by the time that, dinner, they'd be calling everybody in for dinner. And
street lights.
When it's dark, you got to come in. Like you couldn't keep us inside.
I know.
I know. And now
this changed all of that.
Yeah. This electronics all together.
Not just technology, but specifically mobile devices. Yeah. Because everything is enabled by mobile devices now.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Do you know that Ferdby Lang still has a summer camp, but it's a day camp. So you pick up and drop off and pick up. Same day.
Is that through the Arnold Rec Center?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
Or I did at least the last time that my kids went there. Do you have any special plans this weekend?
Should I tell you? Okay, Memorial Day. No, this is kind of cool.
I'm going to tape and mud my garage and then show houses.
Do you know what the Murph is?
Wait a minute. Weren't we just talking about this? What is the Murph?
So it is a there was the Murph is it's a fitness and military challenge that's out there. So like I learned about it through my gym.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So there was a military man. His last name was Murphy. And this was kind of the drill that he did.
Yeah.
His workout, and he was killed in duty. It was literally like one of those, just like literally like movie stories where they were trying to get coverage and they couldn't get they couldn't get linked to make the call.
Yeah.
And he literally went out into the middle of the field knowing he was going to get blown away to save his rest of his team to call in for help. And he's like out there just getting shot up and got the call, and like they came in to save the rest of the people and stuff. But his workout, and this is what the Murph is, the Murph challenge.
Yeah.
It's a 1 mile run.
Okay.
And then it's 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then another mile run. So our gym, STL boot camp, which
100
I
pull-ups
love,
is legit.
it's okay. So I can't do a pull-up, so I'm not in the competitive part of it.
You need me to come with you.
Nice. You can be on the bottom of
you
me,
can
like
stand on
pushing
my
me
shit.
up.
Or I'll lay down and I'll just do like bench pressing.
Nice.
We'll just hold the camera on your head and you can do like pinky pull-ups.
Nice.
Show off.
So, well, what they did was they really just want to get everybody rounded and supported, and they wanted everybody to be able to do it at their own level.
Mhm.
So that being said, there are not quite compensating factors like that,
Yeah.
but you could do a TRX row or you can do an assisted pull-up.
Okay. Mhm.
I can't do a pull-up. That's the only one I can't do, right? I could do the push-ups. I could do the squats. I'm like looking forward to the run. Like, so anyway, so we're doing the Murph challenge. My gym, and we're partnering with All American Gym, and it's like all set up for us to do on Memorial Day.
Where is it?
It at All American.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we're all signed up to go do that, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Can people
it'll
still
be a
sign up?
challenge. I don't know. I don't know.
So Murph,
Yeah.
MURPH or
Yes.
MURF? Okay.
MURPH.
So Google it if you're interested.
The Murph. So that's what I'm
Cool.
doing on Memorial Day.
So
And then hitting a pool or something, man.
I am working tomorrow. I'm going to a graduation thing. I'm going to tape and mud some joints in my garage. Yay. Not.
Super fun.
Sunday, and it's something that I do every year. Let me make sure I call it by the right name. Is the Missouri. Listen, if you haven't been to this and you want to have some incredible people watching and drink pints of beer and see lots of cultural vendors, it is the Missouri Irish River Festival, or I'm sorry, the Missouri River Irish Festival. It's every year at Old Downtown St. Charles.
Oh, okay.
And it's not in downtown, it's on the Riverwalk behind downtown.
Okay. I've never been.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Huge tents.
Vendors everywhere.
Oh my gosh. It's all on basically like that island right by the Missouri River.
Cool.
There's usually 3 live music things going on at the same time, from the main pavilion to others down the strip under the big tents. AB always has a big, to do there.
St. Louis, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always wear my kilt.
I knew you were going to say that.
Maybe I should have worn that with my blue.
Ah.
That would actually be really good to wear. Because
any opportunity you have to wear a skirt, you take it.
Donna Mitchell.
It's true.
Don't insult my masculinity. How many kilts do you think I own?
How many kilts do you think I own?
0. Well, wait a minute. You probably own 1. Girls can wear kilts too. I mean, it's not traditional, but
I had a schoolgirl outfit for a Halloween costume one year. I think that's
that kind of kilt, Donna Mitchell. Catholic schoolgirl does not count as a kilt.
It's like a plaid little skirty
really?
thing. Yeah.
Did it have like a tight little white shirt that ties in the front right here with
What
high
does-
heels about
What does
this
yours
tall?
look like? What does yours
It doesn't
look
look like yours, Donna Mitchell.
Okay,
Save that
we're
for
gonna move
Halloween.
on.
No, we're not moving on. I want to keep talking about
We're
that.
still gonna move on.
Yes, I own several kilts,
I know.
and it's not weird.
It's a little
Everybody
weird.
had. Well, it's not like I'm not going to say that because I may have done that. Anyways,
Yep.
moving on.
Yes.
Why don't we talk about something you want to talk about?
What? I don't know my glasses, so I
That
can't read the
doesn't-
topics. That's why you always start the topics. What's next?
Why do I always have to initiate?
Oh my god.
Such a dude thing to say.
Oh my god, did you really just say that?
It was slightly inappropriate, but it's Friday, it's Memorial Day weekend, and people know you and I have been besties for 15 years or something. Okay.
Wow.
Here's what I do want to talk about.
Yes.
There's some change in the market,
Yes.
and I want to talk about home equity lines of credit because
I want to talk about home equity lines of
do
credit.
it. Do it.
All right. So here's the deal, and it's true, right? Values are still at their all-time highs right now. I did 21 years.
I
of
think they will be
banking.
all summer,
Yeah.
all summer long, even with the change in interest rates.
So I did 21 years in banking. I make it sound like it was like a sentencing, but I was in banking for 21 years before doing just mortgage, right?
Yep.
So I have always told everybody, a couple of my little tidbits, Number one, to youngsters, live as cheap as you can, as long as you can. But another
Does that
thing,
mean living at home until you're
right,
30?
Right, because all these kids that want to get out on their own, and then they're like, oh, this is what it's like to have all this debt and bills. But beyond that, I always tell people, borrow money when you don't need it, as far as setting up a line of credit. So not something that you're paying on, but when you don't need it, when you're doing your best, especially because I specialized in business loans, the time to apply for a line of credit is when you don't need it. When values are at all-time highs, when everything is going well and your credit scores are awesome and you've made all your payments on time and you've got money in the bank, be thinking about the future. I did it for myself. I've recommended it for my customers. Home equity line of credit. Values are super high right now. Put a line of credit using that equity when values are at their highest to give yourself a little cushion. Have a line of credit. You don't pay anything for it. You don't pay interest on it. You only pay when you need it. So it's there as a backup fund. So many of our customers depleted all of their savings to make up differences and gaps with appraisals and those kind of things. They spend a lot more money than they had planned to.
Over
to get
price offers.
right to get the deal done. Right. So like they depleted their savings and they have equity in the homes because they're appraising high now. Use that equity, establish a line of credit so that if times do get tougher in these next couple of years or something comes up that's unexpected, you've got that equity line that you can draw on when you need it. And now's the time to put it in place.
And on the average, whether we're talking about guaranteed rate, your mortgage company or a regular bank, whatever, on the average, do people have to have an appraisal to do a home equity line? Okay, so you know that process. So basically, let's say, and I'm going to use easy numbers here. Let's say your home is worth $100,000. Now you can calculate this if your home's 500, whatever. You can get a home equity line of credit, usually 80%.
No, up to 95.
Up to 95%.
And some will go 100, depending on what what your needs are. But yeah, I mean, it's
if you've got great credit and you own your house outright, you could probably find a 95% loan.
You could do 95% on a normal thing. You don't have to own your house, your home outright. Yeah. So what it is it's your current mortgage plus the line of credit can't go above that 95%
now
or to the 100.
I'm gonna interview you because I want to emphasize to people why these are so valuable to have. Number one reason is life changes, things happen. So let's say, for example, you don't have a home equity line of credit and your roof blows off. There's a good one. And you need a new roof.
Air conditioning unit breaks.
Your air conditioning. This is a bad example because it's not related to the real estate, but I'm going to use it. You drive a 10-year-old truck and the transmission falls out and it's a diesel 4-wheel drive dually, and that's $10,000. Okay. So a home equity line of credit on the interest would be
interest
around
is based,
what?
Yeah, that's the good part, right? So if you did an unsecured, if you put this on credit cards, you're talking double digits, right? I mean, there are some
on the
specials.
low end, 12%.
Yeah, there are some specials out there for 6 months or something, but are you going to pay this off in 6 months, right? So credit cards, you're probably talking double digits. An unsecured line of credit where there's no collateral, you're probably talking double digits. Home equity loan or home equity line of credit is right around like 5-6%. Super affordable. Like it's super affordable. It's going to be the cheapest interest that you can usually get to because you're using your house.
I mean, we're not going to pull out the calculator here, but this is how big this is. If you've been a good girl, you've been a good boy, you've paid down your equity, you got a good deal on a house, you have it paid off, whatever. And it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have to be paid off. And you need a $10,000 roof. And let's say that your liquidity position right now just isn't $10,000.
Yeah.
Well, you can swipe a credit card, or most roofing companies now, like our roofing company, JK Exteriors, does offer financing, but there is no financing available to you in an emergency situation, health, medical, vehicle, real estate, you name it, that's going to be as good an interest as a home equity line of credit.
Yeah, it's true. And
the only interest
there's no
rate,
downside to having it. There's no downside to having it because it's a if you there, it's there if you need it.
Totally
and you
makes
don't pay
sense.
anything on it while it's sitting there.
Yep.
If you're not using it, not borrowing against it, there's no cost to you. It's peace of mind. You're
How-
buying peace of mind.
Now, I do have a question. What,
Mhm.
on the average, when somebody opens a home equity line of credit, how often does it have to come up for renewal? Does it just depend on
They're
the bank?
different. Yeah, I've known them to be like 10 years. I don't know
So
if-
it's not 6 months or 12 months.
No,
on the
no,
average.
no, no,
Okay.
no. They're going to do an appraisal. They're going to base it on the appraisal value now, which
Mhm.
again is why you want to do it now while values are so high.
Mhm.
I'd have to, let's talk more on this next week.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
get some more details to really kind of drive down on.
Yeah, and
this.
it's every bank,
Everybody's
every
gonna be a
bank
little bit
has
different,
multiple
but-
home equity line of credit products, and
Yeah.
they have different scenarios for each, but you get the idea. If you're in a good equity position on your home, and with the changes in the market, and I don't mean the real estate market, I mean changes in all the markets,
Everything.
and I don't just mean the United States, I'm talking
Inflation.
worldwide.
Just inflation in general. How many people are putting stuff on their credit card because
Mhm.
values have the cost of living has gone up so
Mhm.
much. So.
If you're in a decent equity position, you need to call Donna Mitchell and talk about a home equity line of credit. Look, your home equity line of credit may be $10,000. It doesn't have to be 100 or 200 or 500. It may be $10,000. Okay. Have it.
Yeah.
It's there. Woo. I love
Yes.
talking about HELOCs
Yeah.
because it's
I mean,
just one of those.
It's
It's
because we're econ majors. Most people are like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
I know. Yeah. And we're in the industry, so we get excited about these things.
All right. So last topic to
Yes.
wrap things up. The apartments on Seckman Road.
Give us an update.
Here's the update.
Yeah, because
It
it's
has-
a big it's an important update.
It is.
Mhm.
It has been defeated by planning and zoning, but this battle's not over.
I know.
On Monday, June 6th,
Mhm.
it goes before the county council in Hillsborough, Missouri, 6:30 p.m. In the administration building. You walk right through the double doors and right into the courtroom. If you want to come and, if you will, if I may be so bold, put the final nail in this coffin, wear a red shirt, come meet me. I'm going to hand you a sign. You don't have to wave it. You just put it on your lap. And we're going to make sure that the county council agrees with planning and zoning, which common sense would say that they do, but we want to be sure.
Absolutely.
We are not, all of us, I said, was going to say 10,000, more than that. Thousands of the residents on Seckman Road, if you're listening to this message, be there or be square if right behind where I'm pointing my finger, 300 yards away from here, will be a 3-story, the only 3-story building
In the entire area.
on 5 miles of road, all residential,
Yeah.
minus these little commercial things that service the residents here.
Yeah.
And it's 175 foot long.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So come
There you
support.
go. Come support. Exercise your civic freedom as well as obligation. Myself and many others have done that. We need all the help and participation we can get. You'll feel great about it. It's a great way to bind our community together because we are a community.
Yep.
Love you guys. Hey,
Support your community and let's go Blues.
let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Be safe this weekend. Peace out.